Our next question is from Tim Cotter, and it is addressed to Christine Conley first.
A recent report showed that the Norwich, New London area recovering less than 20% of the jobs lost during the recession, which lags the state quite a bit. What do you see as government's role in job creation, and what would you do in Hartford to see that jobs are created in this end of the state?
Hartford needs someone like me who can be this area's biggest cheerleader and not this area's biggest critic. Southeastern Connecticut, Groton especially, is growing now. We are growing the way that we have grown decade after decade by investment in the base, in our Navy base, more people being stationed here. We're growing with more long-term contracts to Electric Boat provided by Representative Joe Courtney. Southeastern Connecticut is on the upswing now. What we have is 4,500 jobs coming here. We have 1,000 folks to be working at EB very shortly this upcoming year. I expect the government to be supportive of me and the governor to be supportive of me in getting some money to prepare for this job growth and getting some money so that these new workers at EB can have a place to park their cars. It's a big problem in Groton City and in New London is a place for these EB workers to park their cars. But I have also been dealing with developers. As a regular citizen, meeting with developers about the opportunities where we have young people working here. In Groton, we have more young people than any other area of the country, of the state. Telling developers what young people want in housing, that we want bikeability, that we want walkability, that we want a specific type of housing, so that developers are getting, looking for those properties, getting the money to start building those properties. What I will be doing is supporting our local businesses, even businesses that are not defense-driven, but with 1,000 new people and 4,500 new people in Groton, that will certainly do a lot to help our restaurants, our service industries. But I will not be doing what my opponent is doing. I will not be celebrating businesses that leave Connecticut on Facebook. I will be helping them, asking them what they need so that they can stay in this state and grow in this state. We do need to work together to help the economy, and I plan on the growth of Electric Boat being a starter for the growth of Connecticut.
Thank you. Mr. Scott?
Well, I'm certainly not celebrating any business departure. I'm just letting people be aware of the fact that people are leaving. We lost a business in Groton. We lost a business in Waterbury just in the last couple of weeks. These are manufacturing jobs, highly paid manufacturing jobs. And, you know, I own the Bailey Agency's insurance in Groton, and we sell a ton of vacant dwelling policies, and these are homeowners insurance policies for people who have left the area and can't sell their homes. And I think that's very telling of what the economic conditions are in this region. Now, back to your question, you know, my caucus for the first time has created what we call our 5-year plan. It's our pathway to sustainability. And it's a plan that creates predictability and for the governments in this region, for the businesses in this region. You know, if you talk about a business like EB or General Electric or Aetna, all businesses that are either growing or departing, they all work on 5 to 10 year business plans, and they want to be able to rely on the fact that the government is stable and not going to be hitting them with sizable increases either in their personal income taxes or in their business taxes. And they also want to know that we're not going to continue to add regulations. So that's all part of our 5-year pathway to sustainability. In the meantime, I've been working hard for the residents of Groton on things like the Mystic Oral School property, trying to get that redeveloped. That it could be a nice bonus for Groton in property tax revenues as well as for income tax and business taxes. I think Yukon Avery Point has a lot of potential for business development here in the region. We also have a possible tourism project with the Gunjiwant property. You know, in the long run, we need less regulations here in Connecticut. In the last session, we had a retirement plan program that was put together that basically forces all small business owners with 5 or more employees who don't already have a retirement plan in place to buy into the state of Connecticut's run retirement plan. And it causes them to stop doing what they do for a living, whether it be electrical work or plumbing or something like that. They'll have to take the time to learn how to do this plan, administer this plan, and then the employees don't have to do it. They can opt out. So it's a regulation that takes time away from people running their businesses, and that just adds to a lot of the other regulations that are already in place. The highest taxpayer in Connecticut is paying almost 7%, and that is a big economic driver. We need to look at finding ways to lower those taxes on the people that are making the business decisions. I think one of the reasons why we saw GE leave, and I think one of the reasons why we're seeing Aetna consider leaving, is because the people who are in offices similar to this one, thinking about how their 5-year or 10-year business plan is going to play out, are also looking at their personal income tax bill. You know, we need stability in the legislature. In the last 2 years, we've had 4 budget mitigation sessions where we've had to go through and find pretty massive cuts in our budget because our income is down. And you know, the First 5 program here in Connecticut, some will argue that it was a success, but it cost about $65,000 per job, and no one can tell us what kind of jobs those are. Are they $10 an hour jobs or are they $100 an hour jobs? We really need to have that information, because if they're $10 an hour jobs, we're never going to make that $65,000 back. And I don't think we should be in the business of picking winners and losers here as a legislature or as a government, but we should be in a position to lessen the regulation, lessen the tax obligation, so the businesses want to come here and want to form here. I think it's great that Electric Boat is expanding. It comes from a federal subsidy, essentially, in building submarines, and those jobs are very meaningful to our area. But we need other industry. We need other technology firms, insurance firms, you name the type of industry. We need those industries to come back here so that they hire her as a lawyer or hire me as an insurance agent and put advertisements in your newspaper.
Thank you.
May I have a minute?
Mm-hmm.
What is not being stated is that the work of my opponent for Mystic Oral School did not occur because paperwork was not filled out correctly and the correct departments were not contacted.
No.
An idea is good, but you need to have results. Our town was able to receive a grant to get a different way to get Mystic Oral School off the ground, and hopefully there will be development, be it state, be it town, be it a private or public, to get that property on the tax rolls. But one thing that I can certainly say is that I will be there every step for development. I can also say that the Republican 5-year path to stability is not going to work. It is predicated on the unions agreeing to layoffs, to a 5% pay cut, to paying more money for pensions, to paying more money for health insurance, and paying more money for medications. The unions will not agree to those 5 things, just as no person would agree to those 5 things. For the unions to agree, you need to have job stability. They will not agree to all 5. They might as well just wait and see what happens with the budget. So we need to work across the table and not just demand one plan go through. We need to have an open negotiation, just like I do every day as an attorney, with goals, so that we can get budgets that are stable, because that is what the employers are looking for, is a stable Connecticut and growth in Connecticut.
Thank you.
I just want to talk about the Mystic Oral School. The paperwork was done correctly. The legislature decided not to go forward with it because some environmentalists made some demands that we not considered at this time. It's also tied in to a potential constitutional amendment discussion going on about how the state disposes of state-owned property. But the paperwork was done correctly, as per the request of the Groton Town Council, because they're the ones who actually filled out the paperwork.
Thank you.